Welcome, Middle Earth Strategy Battle Gamers, to my vlog for Nova. It is Wednesday, the 29th of August, and Nova officially started today. Unfortunately, I will not be getting up there until Friday morning at about 9 or 10. So if you watched my Fords of Potomac vlog, I'm going to do something very similar for Nova. So I'm going to be participating in only 2 events. I was hoping to do a couple more, but this is my first Nova, and unfortunately with work, and we bought a new house. You can see in the background my new house. There's my empty display case. Have to get that filled and finished soon. So I just didn't have the time. So I'm going to be participating in the grand tournament on Saturday and Sunday, and then Friday, getting up early Friday morning, driving at like 3 in the morning. Powers and I have decided to do doubles together. We are not participating competitively. We did not buy tickets, and it was a last minute thing. I was not actually planning on doing doubles, but Powers needed a partner, and I was like, hey, let's do it. So I'm going to go ahead and flash my armies. First up is going to be my army for doubles, and then will be my army for the grand tournament. Alright guys, here we go. This is going to be my doubles army. So I'm going all fiefdoms all the way for both games. Sorry. Both events. There we go. So here we go. First warband is going to be Prince Imrahil on armored horse with lance, leading 1 foot knight. Yes, just 1. 5 men-at-arms with pikes and 4 Blackroot Vale archers. And then the other warband is going to be the exact same thing, just with 4 along the fat on a horse, leading 1 foot knight, 5 pikes, and 4 Blackroot Vale archers. So this might seem like a very weird army combination, especially since I only have 2 d6 foot soldiers, but we have a big reason for doing it. Powers and I are doing a dwarfs fiefdoms combo. So the plan is to have his defense 7, fight value 4 frontline dwarfs being supported by my fight value 4 pikemen. Now, why is that such a big deal, you think? Well, if you know dwarves don't really have a lot of spear support. So if I can support him with my pikes, not only do I give him the ability to do some piercing strikes with a second attack in there so he can keep his fight value up, sorry, not fight value, his chance of winning up so he doesn't lose defense points. Imrahil is a 12-inch banner. So in a way, we almost have 3 dice per turn, because we'll have 1 for the dwarf, 1 for the pikeman, and then a reroll if we need it, which is going to be really big. So that's how we're going to look at it. And then, of course, 8 archers re-rolling, to wound on monsters. And I've heard, the first Nova, like I said, I've heard that in doubles you can see a lot of monsters. You'll have one team that one part of the team bring 400 points worth of monsters, and the other one just brings 400 points worth of chaff to help boost numbers. So I think 8 guys shooting on 3 pluses forward movement, re-rolling to wound on monsters is going to be really big. And then of course we have 6 points of might, 3 from Imrahil and 3 from Forlong. Those will be really big, along with a fight 6 Imrahil coming around with the lance there, big hitter. We think it's going to be a nice combo. So yeah guys, I'm going to go ahead and change this up real quick, and when I come back we'll be doing my grand tournament army. Okay guys, here we go. This is going to be my grand tournament army. So if you watched my Fords of Potomac blog, you will remember that I also took a very similar army to this for Fords of Potomac. Now I have changed it because I had a couple practice games between the ends of Fords and now, and I made a change to it because I found a huge weakness, and I'm hoping that this change will be really, really helpful. And I'll let you guys think it over after you see it. Alright, so this is what I have. So I have Prince Imrahil, again, on armored horse with lance. He's leading 5 Dolanroth foot knights, 3 men-at-arms with pike, and 3 Blackroot Vale archers. So that is warband number 1. Warband number 2 is Forlong the Fat again, foot and dismount as always, on horse, leading 4 foot knights, 4 foot knights, 3 men-at-arms, and 3 Blackroot Vale archers. That's warband number 2. And warband number 3 is going to be the lovely Captain Dolan Roth, really like that blue, on Armored Horse with Lance, with 4 Foot Knights, 3 Men-at-Arms with Pike, and 3 Blackwood Vale Archers. So that is my core Dolan Roth right there, guys. That is the core of my group. And now for my ally. So if you remember last time, I allied in Boromir. Well, I've changed it up. I've dropped a couple models. If you remember from Fords, I had 3 mounted knights. Well, I dropped them in order to add the Crazy Monkey Twins, Eladin and Elrond here. So there you go. And on the right is a beautifully painted model of Elrond here by Dan Keller. Thank you, Dan. Had a little trade with him. And the left is my horribly painted Eladin. And then their dismounts, of course. Oh, let me get that pikeman out of the way. Sorry. But there you go. So the reason I switched them out, they are a little bit more points compared to Boromir. But I found in practice games against Magic, Boromir literally got black darted and fireballed by Cardouche to death. Having 1 point of will, he got sap will, black darted, and fireballed all in one turn. And I watched 6 points of might and 115 points of model just walk off the board. I was actually still able to win that game, surprisingly, but unfortunately, that really hurt. So I decided that while the twins are more expensive, and it did cost me my 3 mounted knights, what they bring to the table is the same amount of might between the two of them, but they also add 4 points of will and 4 points of fate. So yes, they are a little more squishy, only having 2 wounds, but the fact that they have that will means they should hopefully stay on the board a little longer against magic armies. Not only that, I also upgraded them with horses, elf bows, and armor. And the reason I took the elf bows is strength 3, 3+ shoot value, being able to move 5 inches, giving me a 4+ shoot value. That could be big. That could be really big against certain things. So I've already seen against some Rohan armies and stuff that strength 3 bows are really big, especially against armored horses. That means you're going back to wounding on 5s instead of 6s. So I actually add 1 bow shot to the army overall. So I have 11 bow shots now with the twins, and 2 of them being strength 3s. I lose the knockdown ability that I had with the 3 knights. However, I have 5 mounted heroes, 3 of them being fight 6. And between those 3, I have 9 points of might. So I really think that this army has a chance of, doing pretty good. My goal is to get 2 major victories at the minimum. If I get anything more than that, I'm going to call it a good Nova. But like I said, first Nova, not really sure how I'm going to do. But my goal is 2 major victories. If I get 2 major victories, even if it's in the first day, I will consider my Nova adventure a success. So I will be back in the future with more updates. I'll come back after doubles with powers and let you know how that went. And then I will try to get in between games to let you know how my individual games go in day 1 on Saturday. Most likely will not be able to do that. Just like when I went to Fords, you just kind of get wrapped up. But I will come back at the end of the day on Saturday at the least to let you know how my 3 games went. Alright guys, thanks for watching and stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to my Nova vlog. So I am here at Nova at the lovely Hyatt Hotel and just finished up round 1 of doubles with powers. We played Matt and Evan Iverson. Yeah, we got spanked. Capture and control, we got beat 8-2. We handily got defeated. Great play though by Matt and Evan. They did a great job. They outnumbered us 55-44 model count, and they used those numbers extremely well to their advantage. And we did not get wrapped and surrounded like we were afraid, but unfortunately their numbers just overwhelmed us, and they were playing a Hunter Orc and Mordor Orc army combo. So Hunter Orcs on foot all had +1 attack, and they were just overwhelming us with attacks. A lot of dice. Even my 12-inch banner effect wasn't really helping much. But yeah, got spanked real bad. That's okay, just here to have fun. So that's round 1. Might check back at round 2, round 3. At the least, I'll get back at the end of doubles. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, I'm back. So doubles is finally over. It is 9 o'clock at night. As you can see outside, it is very dark. Yeah, I'm tired, but that was fun. So I got some good news. Yeah, we didn't place. But the good news is we won our last 2 games. So Powers and I were able to pull out 2 major victories in the last 2 games, Reconnoiter and Fog of War. We won Reconnoiter 3-0. Yeah,
We spent the first 10 minutes of the actual game conversating with our guys instead of playing the game. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you put nerds together. We get to talk. Gotta love it. So we actually won literally on the last turn of that game by breaking our opponent and not being broken. That's the only way we scored VPs. So worked for me. Round 3, Fog of War, we pulled a 9-3 major victory as well. So overall, we actually started doing really good together. So maybe if we do this again next year, we might actually get better and possibly place. Maybe. Never know. Overall, 24 teams, we scored 9th. So top 10. Yeah, woo woo. Making top 10 already in Nova. First Nova. Yeah. So I've already achieved my goal of 2 major victories, although it was not in the grand tournament. I'm going to take it. So at this point, if any other major victories or good stats, Nova's success for me. I'm going to go, guys. We're going to go get some food and then midnight release of the new rules and the new profiles. My wife, guys. All right. Talk to y'all later.
Guys, I'm back after day 1 and rounds 1, 2, and 3 of Nova Grand Tournament. So, good news, I have achieved half of my goal today. I got 1 major victory. Bad news, I got 2 major losses. Yeah, I got blown away in rounds 2 and 3. Round 1, I pulled off a great win, won 9-2 in capture control against Steven Sogo. He had a very nice-looking Durance vocalist with Mern and Drar, Gimli, and I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Gimli, and Dane, the Durance folk Dane, which is pretty cool because he's pretty strong. Unfortunately for him, I just went crazy with my heroes, and they did a lot of work, and I was able to pull a really good victory. Round 2, it was against Derek Satnick, and he had a very, very nice Moria list, crazy Moria list. Ashrak, Druzog, a Shaman, the Spider Queen, 4 Warg Marauders, 5 Spiders. Yeah, a lot of guys running around with a lot of attacks and a lot of wounds. And then a bunch of filler goblins. So unfortunately for me, I had some bad rolls that game that just lost it for me. Got beat 9-0. The biggest thing, everybody knows this now because I've said it again and again. Had a opportunity to go in and wipe out the Spider Queen in 1 turn. He used Druzag to Enrage Beast it, bumping it to Fight 9, Strength 9, 6 attacks, and I had 4 Law, I had Immerhilt, and I had one of the twins in position to do 2 strikes in a heroic combat off of 1 spider, which they had charged on. So I would have had a lot of dice on this 1 spider, and gone into the queen and just wiped her out. And I'm pretty confident I would have been able to do it because even though I don't get my attack bonus on charging because it's a monster, I would have had 3 from Immerhill, 3 from the twin, 2 from Forlong with a lance bonus and a strength 5, Forlong. Yeah, I had a chance. And I would have struck up with both of those big heroes just in case one of them rolled bad. And I could have made, fairly confident I would have made fight 10. And it came down to the 50-50 roll-off whose heroic combat goes first. And he got a 3. So his combat went first. And he proceeded to eat the knight, my knight captain, and Forlaw. So that was a big loss. It was close. It was Lords of Battle, close wound-wise, 35-25. But unfortunately, after that, he just gang piled on Immerhill, and I lost him as well. So that was a major loss. So I played Mr. Alex Wright in round 3, and everybody knows Alex from Wright Wargame Terrains. We played on one of his boards. It was great. He had a dual Wraith army with Harad, the Betrayer and the Knight of Umbar, and was it 4? Yeah, I think it has 4. He ran them all off. 4 Haradrim Raiders, and then Watchers of Karna, some Bracken Guard, and just warriors with pikes, or not pikes, sorry, spears and bows. It was a good game offensively for me, but unfortunately he used the Knight of Umbar to do 2 heroic marches and move those guys off. And Knight of Umbar was on a fell base and just ran 4 cav models off, and I couldn't do anything. I mean, I could have tried to shoot him. Unfortunately, my shooting did not go very good that game. It went great. It didn't affect anything in game 1. Was pretty good in game 2. Got 5 kills that way. Game 3, I wounded a fell beast. That was great. Didn't do anything.
did great in combat. Immerhill ended up being a transfixed 155.12-inch banner whole game. Cool. But the Twins and the Knight and Forlong did some work against his army, and I lost 9-3 because he ran 4 guys off. He killed Immerhill because Immerhill just ended up transfixed and couldn't stop the Golden King from coming in and just chopping his head off quite literally. And yeah, it was bad, but I did break him. So, and I was unbroken surprisingly at the end. So I got a 9-3 loss. So 1 major victory, 2 major losses. So I'll be playing bottom table. So my big goal, like I said, was to get 2 major victories. My secret goal was to be top half of the tournament. And there are 70 people, I believe. So I was really hoping to be above 35. I could still pull it off. I could still get 2 major victories and get 12 TPs. But at this point, I don't really see it happening. So overall, goal-wise for Nova, it's probably going to be a fun-wise and meeting all the players and social networking. Heck yeah. Because there's a lot of great people out there, guys. If you haven't gone to Nova, please do in the future. And yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and check out for now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at the end of rounds 5 and 6.
Hey guys, so I've reached the end of my Nova adventure. Unfortunately, it was not as fruitful as I was hoping it would be. So my goal for going into Nova was to get at least 2 major victories. Well, I can successfully say I achieved that goal. Unfortunately, the end result was not what I was hoping. I got 2 major victories and finished with 3 major losses. So Sunday's activity started off with a rematch against Michael Berry from Forza of the Potomac 1 back in January. He had an updated Lothlorien elf list, and it was a great list. He had added 3 Sentinels since the last time I played it, because when we played in January for Fords 1, it was a 700-point list, and he had something very similar to what he took last time. He had Galadriel, of course, Rumil, and a Galadrim Knight Captain mounted. He had a couple Galadrim Knights, I think 3 if I remember correctly, a number of bowmen, and then a slew of warriors with sword and shields and stuff of that nature, spear support. Some of his bows had spears, which was a nice add-on, and then a few Guard of the Galadrim Court, so we could have that Fight 6 support. It was Seize the Prize. It was a great game. We were playing on Alex Wright's Rivendell board, so it was actually kind of a home field advantage for the elves. I was able to use a heroic march in the second turn to get on top of the jewel and dug it up with one of my pikemen. He then proceeded to use his sentinels and Galadriel to remove all the bubble wrap I put around my pikemen, because I put 2 ranks in front of him, a rank of pikes and a rank of foot knights, and he used 3 sentinels. 2 of them were successful in moving my foot knights and pikemen aside, and then Galadriel was able to command the other one out of the way. So it was actually a great strategy, and he charged in with his Galadrim Knights and took up the control zones of 2 guys, and then the third one was the Galadrim Captain came in. We were actually fighting on the bridge over the river of the Rivendell board. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty cool. It's got a nice river coming across it, and there's a bridge, and the prize was literally on my side of the bridge. So just close to my side of the bridge. So I was able to get on top of it by doing a march. Killed the jewel bearer. So he dropped it, unfortunately. Next turn, I was able to grab priority. I think I don't think I did a heroic. I think it was just regular. Either way, I was able to grab priority. So I picked it up with a foot knight, and then handed it off to Forlong. And then from there, I was able to shield Forlong a little bit, and I used a little bit of feint tactics and pulled most of his army on one side of the bridge, and then ran Forlong and my Dolimroth Captain around the other side. Forlong made a beeline for the board edge. Unfortunately, he did not get there. The last turn came down to priority roll. Whoever won the priority was going to get off. If I won it, I was going to get off. If I didn't win it, I was going to get swamped by like 4 guys. Unfortunately, I didn't win it. So he did swamp me with 4 guys. But I did Forlong didn't take any wounds. Actually, I think he took a wound, but it was the last turn anyway, so I didn't even bother to fade it because he's got 3. So I think he took a wound, but he had the jewel on his side of the board, so that was 5 VPs. And then in that last turn, I was able to use one of the twins to charge in on Rumil and use my last point of might to strike up higher and then just knocked him prone and killed him. And Rumil was his leader, so that gave me 2 VPs for that. So I won 7-3. His army decimated mine. Other than that first round game, my army was extremely disappointing. I haven't even gotten around 5 yet, so I'm going to try and finish this up because I'm already dragging. But anyway, it was a 7-3 victory for me, major victory. He broke me, and he was unbroken. I think I was 2 miles away from breaking him. Round 5. Oh, man. Played against Mr. Jeremy Smith. 2 casters on Felbeast. And Saruman. Yay. It was the Undying. The Undying and the Dark Marshal, and the Saruman. And then he had 3 Spectres. Fog of War, which can either be a good game for me or a really bad game for me. I either boom or bust. There's no in between. I don't tie. I don't get minors. It's either a major win or a major loss, and this was a major loss. Tried to shoot his Felbeast. I think I got maybe a wound against one. No, I don't even think I did that. Yeah, like I said, 2 Felbeasts, 2 Ringwraiths, Saruman, 3 Spectres, and a slew of pikemen and I can't think of the name. Oh, Uruk-hai pikemen and berserkers. That's it. And I was like, well, if I can kill his berserkers and his Uruk-hai, I can break him at least and get some VPs there. But no, Imrahil ended up just being transfixed, sorcerer's blasted, and hurled all over the place. The twins couldn't pass a courage test to charge a Felbeast. Wow. So the Elven Twins were pretty much useless that game. Forlong actually did a little bit of work, and he was the guy I was trying to protect. Thankfully, I was able to kill a few guys with him, but unfortunately, I didn't get close to killing the 12 Uruk-hai that I needed to try and break him. I think I only killed 6 models, and by the end of the game, I think I had 6 models left on the field. Let's just say I'm happy with the new rules that hurling and sorcerer's blasts are being changed because they definitely destroyed me that game. But it was a 12-1 major loss. He achieved everything he needed to, so he played it great too. I was able to protect Forlong. He ended up taking wounds, so I didn't even get 3 VPs for that. I got a VP. So like I said, 2 major wins, 3 major losses. Definitely went out on a low note, but it was fun overall. I enjoyed everything. Doubles was definitely the highlight. I really enjoyed playing with powers, and because we weren't really playing hard. I mean, I wasn't trying to play hard for Nova, but I was hoping to do a little bit better than I did. Dice didn't go for me. Things just didn't go my way. Played a lot of caster armies, that just wasn't really, I guess, ready for it because that's not something that we play a lot down here in Carolina's Middle-earth League. I'm going to go ahead and finish off, guys. Stay tuned. Look forward. We're waiting for, Ingold and Hearn to be released. And then Dan and I are going to be doing part 3 of Easterlings vs. Gondor. As you know, Gondor has taken the first 2 in this series. The first at Reconnoiter, and the second was Lords of Battle. So Reconnoiter was close, and Lords of Battle was a little bit more one-sided until the end when Easterlings made a comeback. So hopefully, maybe Game 3 we might do some capture and control or domination or something like that. Maybe even to seize the prize. But Easterlings, they're going to make a comeback. They got a few new rules. Hopefully good. Alright guys, support your local game store, preferably a Games Workshop, and enjoy your Hobbit hobby. And enjoy the new rules.